Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. I I wanted to weigh in on this Jamie Foxx apology. And I have my tinfoil hat on. I just got this in my spirit. So I had time to think about it. And to me, it makes sense. I don't know if it's going to make sense to you, but I'm going to share it anyway. It's food for thought. And the reason that I want to share it is because you know how I was talking about earlier how the people who run all the evil communications, the prince of the air, so to speak, or let's say airwaves, they control everything and they know how to pick the most influential of us, the most talented of us out to get us to follow their lead or to go into a path that they want us to go on in order to distract us from the things that we should be paying attention to and to mock us, because a lot of times we don't really understand that part of this whole being in Babylon is that we're constantly taunted and mocked. Now, if you're Yasharel or True Israel, or some people call themselves Hebrews, Israelites, whatever. You understand who the true people are of the book and who the chosen people are. I feel like we are being punked. Think about the fact that, while Jamie Foxx was filming this movie, suddenly he falls ill, disappears, then comes back, and we're all like, that ain't Jamie Foxx. And then, now he's speaking all cryptic and in code, kind of like Damar Hamlin, and a couple of other people who have kind of gone like, even like Kanye West. We don't never know which Kanye we getting. We don't know if it's the quiet Kanye, the clone Kanye, the Kanye that wear that thing on his head all the time and saying fool stuff. Like, you could just tell something is not right. And it just seems like at certain times they say uh, the people who are cloned or the people who allegedly say things against the little hat people who control everything. When they say things or do things, it's always at crazy times. It's always crazy stuff where we need to apologize specifically to them, nobody else. Like all the other people we talk about um, or have discussions with or about in our spaces, somehow, because they control the evil communications, it turns out to be where there's some buck breaking that needs to happen. Some black man is always needing to apologize to some other group of people. Like we are just, constantly berated and belittled and uh, paraded in front of the world to be seen as problems, to be seen as cowardly, to be seen as people who can't quite get their lives together, or people who constantly are making mistakes and always need to apologize, or people who are really not free to speak. We're the only people who cannot speak. And so I find it ironic that this movie came out that they cloned Tyrone, which in my opinion is an explicit admission about what they do to us in our communities. Just it's layered, but it just so it was such a thorough illustration of how psyoped we are in our community. And the fact that, he says this cryptic message about Jesus. Jamie Foxx says this message about Jesus. And then suddenly, like it was nothing. But the way that it was stated was like an open door for them little hat people to come in and claim that it was anti-Semitic so that he'd have to apologize. And I'm like, what he said was nothing. Like, we say that all the time. Anybody can say that. People who feel persecuted or surrounded by enemies can say that. But for them to take that and say, "Oh, he was being anti-Semitic," to me, this is a stretch. And it's not really a stretch. It is a slandering of sorts, and it's a way to constantly give the appearance that Black people are constantly talking about the people who stole our identity, and to redirect our focus from this awakening to being emotional. Oh, we gotta protect Jamie Foxx. We gotta come and speak out, and I just feel like we're being played. I feel like in this hour, we gotta think like psychopaths. Sadly, whatever you feel or however you want to react naturally, I feel like you gotta take a step back and then think, who we dealing with? We dealing with people who control all the communications. They control the entertainment. They control the sports. They dominate everything. They run this country. They run the globe. So when I'm listening to, when I'm reading what he said and I'm thinking about it, like, I say that all the time. If they did this to Jesus, they'll do it to us. It says it in the Bible. Nothing was said out of pocket. But it's the fact that a Black man said it, and he didn't say nothing about Jews. He didn't say nothing about nothing. But I think this time, this is an overreach, which, in my opinion, is an obvious play to get Black people emotional, to get Black men emotional, to lower our vibration, to lower our frequency. I pray that it backfires, but from what I see, all the people talking about it, I didn't talk about it because I'm like, this is a setup, especially right after the movie comes out. But the other reason that I think it's a setup is because here they put this movie out and tell us what time it is, and people are not watching the movie. They're just making a comment about this statement. But if you watch the movie and then you think about it, it's like, wait a minute, they're playing us. They're playing us literally. So I just, I I don't I didn't want to weigh in on this because I just felt like, now that I look back on it and the people that have been lambasted over the last couple of years are all in entertainment. They're all paid opposition, or paid puppets. They're celebrities. They're controlled people meant to control the masses. And we gotta always remember that these people play all the sides. They play the left side, the right side, and the middle. So I wouldn't get so caught up in what's going on with this Jamie Foxx stuff, because if they put this before us, it means they are trying to redirect our attention from something that we really need to pay attention to. So I say, don't even be concerned about that, because we know what the identity thieves are trying to do. We know who they are. We know what they're doing. We know what tools they're using. We should know anyway. And they told us their playbook in this movie. And here they are, like a couple of weeks later, using the same playbook, and we don't get it. So it's really an indictment on our people for being so ignorant. Like, you can put something right in our face and tell us, I'm doing this to you. I'm taking this knife and I'm jigging it in you. I'm gonna stick something in your eyeballs, and I'm gonna program your mind, and this is what I'm doing to you, and I'm making stuff that is bad for you, and I'm putting these things in your community, and you don't even care. You don't even see it. It's right in your face and you don't even see it. Like, that is how I feel about this particular situation. And then now, when I think about everything with the exception of Kyrie, because it's hard to clone somebody to play basketball. So they kind of had to lay off of him. But with these other folks who are in the entertainment industry, whether it's music or acting or, whatever, reality television, I feel as though they can use those people. It's easy to clone those people. It's easy to, have them come back out into our community and make a mockery of them because, it's just easy to do. It's just easy. It's not as easy to say clone an athlete because you can watch someone grow over the years and put them out on the court. They're not going to be able to perform at the same level as, say, if you got a a fake musician, or how they do the fake Kanye. They'll have a real one and he'll be talking sane, and then they'll have the one with the mask on that has the clothes on, that's the similar body type like him, and have him speaking, but you can't see his face because he got that black thing on his face, like when he did that album. So I don't know. It's just a weird time to be alive, but you can't trust nothing. You can't trust anything that comes across the evil communications. We definitely can't trust our entertainers. They will tell the truth, and a lot of times we get some truth and some lies mixed up. But with this particular situation where he was talking about Jesus, he didn't say anything about them folks. He didn't say anything about the little hats. He didn't say nothing about the industry. But then all of a sudden he got to come out and apologize. Apologizing for what? What did you say wrong? So now Christians can't talk. And I'm not saying that I'm Christian or for Christian speaking, but how is it that nobody can speak, especially true Israel? So they know who he is. They know who Kanye is. They know who true Israel is. They know who true Israel are scattered all over. But in particular, they know who Judah is. And they know where Judah is. And they know what gets us stirred up because they have made the monsters that we've become. They've made the people who are unable to focus and who don't like to read and who are poorly educated. They created us. And so, they are laughing all the way to the bank, getting our reactions on social media, getting our reactions, um, you know, when we do these reaction videos, especially when we give them the reaction that they expect and anticipate. It shows them that their psyop still works. They have power over us. So I just wanted to share that. I think we are getting played. If you have not seen this movie, They Cloned Tyrone, you really need to watch it. Especially the part where, in the beginning of it, they have this scene where they have this juice that's in the back of this truck, and the juice is delivered to this church, and the people are having communion, the pastors in the church singing, and the people standing up and dancing and happy and giddy. That piece about that chicken, there's a scene in there about where they do chicken, and when they do the chicken scene, people are sitting in the restaurant eating chicken, and they sprinkle this stuff on this chicken, and everybody's just happy, laughing. You know, they go in just having a regular conversation, and then all of a sudden everybody's happy talking, and the people who are awakened are looking around. They're like, wait a minute, we eating this chicken and everybody laughing, everybody happy. What's going on? And so, it's a warning to let you know, like, what we're eating is a part of our conditioning, and it's a way to make a mockery of us. So anyway, I strongly suggest, if you can watch this movie, They Clone Tyrone, please do, because it answers so many questions. It's things that a lot of the things that we've already talked about in our community, but there are some other things in this movie that are like eye opening, and then your wheels start turning and all these bells start going off because you're like, oh, they meant to destroy us. They meant to distract us. They meant to steal our legacy. They meant to keep us in bondage by keeping us in sin. Everything they teach us is wrong. Everything they tell our celebrities to perform for us is wrong. And they understand how much influence they have over us. And so, you look at a couple of generations and here we are. We're just in a mess. I I would not follow up with anything that comes out of Hollywood that got anything to do with apologizing to the little hats. If anything, it'd be just like boop boop boop. We're not distracted. Boop boop boop. We looking up. We keeping watch. We're staying focused. We're not worried about what y'all doing because y'all gonna have to give an account for what y'all doing. Um, I would not even weigh in on that stuff. I mean, we are dealing with some sick people. And so we really have to guard our minds and our eyes for that matter. So I've intentionally not spoken on it because I have a totally different thought process. I think we're being played. We're being set up, bamboozled. Them folks with the little hats, they are lowering our frequency, got us looking everywhere but where we need to look. And we're talking about people who literally sold their souls to work in that industry. So, the other thing is that they are there to control us, what they consider opposition. So we really have to be careful. I'm all for learning and extracting. You can learn from a lot of different things, but we're living in some really wicked times, and we need to think almost like a psychopath, unfortunately. And I hate to say it. I know everybody can't do it, but it's almost like playing chess. You have to sit and think, how would this other person move? And before I move, I got to try to think about how they would move so that when I move, I can try to beat them. That's what we are living right now. We are in the midst of a chess game, and we got to try to win. We're pawns on a board, um, trying to win. So that's my thought about the Jamie Foxx situation. We're being played. We're being vilified. Black men, again, are being used to be the face of buck breaking. Strong black men, young black men. Not saying that Jamie Foxx is that young, but because he's transformed himself over a couple of generations, he does not give an air of a Morgan Freeman per se. But we got to watch these people. We got to watch these entertainers because they too are playing both sides. Some of them ain't even hear us, I don't think. But a couple, maybe a lot of them have been cloned, especially ours. So watch that movie they cloned, Tyrone. Also, be cautious about how much time you spend following up anything to do with having to apologize to the little hat people. They owe us an apology for lying about who they are, stealing our identity, and got the world giving them money and resources when they just some more white people. But that's a story for another day. In order for them to continue living their lie, they have to vilify us. And so that is what we are going to experience until the mask is completely lifted. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know who's going to do it. I believe it's going to happen in a supernatural way where nobody can deny it, because that's what the word says. The world is going to know who we are, and the world is going to know who they are. We're going to witness it. So just stay focused, people. Keep praying, keep prepping, keep seeking the Most High, keep repenting for sins of commission and sins of omission daily, and keep looking up, keep crying out, because things are getting wicked. People are being deceived. People are under strong delusions. And there is like no way we're going to be able to wake up all the people who need to know who we are, why things are the way that they are, and to try to get knowledge, come back into um, good standing with the Most High, so that we can get out of here, because I'm ready to go. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to go. I'm tired of dealing with these crazy people, these mind games, the poverty, the stress, all the things that you got to worry about. It is too much. It is unnecessary, and it is evil and wicked. So stay focused, family. Stay focused. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Please hit that bell notification so that you can get all the new uploads every time I upload new content. I am shadow banned. It has taken me a whole year just to get 400 people. So I'm going to keep spreading the word, because even if one person is educated or saved by something that I say, it is a good day. And I just kind of think about the prodigal son, and how you think about the son who was upset that uh, he didn't get anything for, wasn't rewarded for staying loyal to the dad, but the dad went out of his way and gave the son that was out in them streets the royal treatment. He gave him a robe and a ring, and prepared his best for the son, had a big feast. Well, we're supposed to be doing this now. We are supposed to be working as hard as we can to try to win souls and try to not get anyone to perish or um, receive eternal damnation. And so, it's times like these when I think about how entrenched our people are in Babylon. They can't even see. And so, what we have to do is use practical methods to try to wake people up. And it takes a little longer, but the goal is the same. We are here in this hour to be loud and bold and courageous to try to wake our brothers and sisters up, because these Gentiles going to Gentile. It's like narcissism. These narcs be out here narking. These Gentiles be out here Gentiling. And these Babylonians be out here being Babylonians. We are called to be set apart. And so our job is to try to teach our brethren in a way that they can receive it. Just like, in the Bible, Yahushua used, or Jesus used, parables to teach the people, because they could not eat. They wasn't ready for the meat. They needed to be spoon fed. They needed milk. They couldn't eat meat. So that's what we have to do. And so that's not saying that's what I do on this channel, but that's kind of why I try to navigate, straddle the fence, but do more practical, because I understand a lot of people are so entrenched in Babylon, and everybody doesn't have the eyesight that we have, and everybody isn't awakened. And so even though it's frustrating, even though we get tired, even though sometimes I'm like, Lord, I want to give up. We can't. He didn't give up on us. And so we cannot give up on our brothers and sisters. And even though I complain, even though I fuss, even though I get tired, even though I'm aggravated, Even though I chastise and correct, I still cannot give up. We can't give up. The hour is coming where we're gonna have to be quiet and shut up in our houses, and we probably will not even be able to speak because we have so much technology in our homes that can listen to everything. I believe they already have the technology inside of us to listen to our thoughts. That's my opinion. All this nanotech they have, we eat nanotech, it's in the air, we drink it. They got stuff inside of us. We are walking antennas now. So if you're not detoxing regularly, our thoughts are not even our thoughts anymore. But this is why it's important for us to be set apart, to hear from the Most High, to be on a different frequency than the world, because whenever they trigger whatever, I firmly believe that they're not going to be able to get everybody, because the chosen people are going to be protected. There's going to be a hedge of protection around us so that we will not be harmed. But those of us who are outside of the will of the Most High, don't obey those laws, statutes, and commandments, not working on having a relationship with Him, and cannot hear, they're going to be following every doctrine, blowing wherever Babylon sends them, listening to what the little tiny hats say and getting all riled up about it, and eating poorly so that their body is torn down and can't fight off what's coming. So don't be misled by what's happening, people. Don't get caught up in these little things that don't matter. Whatever he said, whatever Jamie Foxx said, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever he does, it doesn't matter. If it's not about the kingdom, if it's not about the Most High, if it's not about being set apart, if it's not about waking people up, forget about it. And that's how I feel. So this is Marley K. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Check the description for other links where you can follow me on social media and other broadcasting channels where you could follow me in the event that I am banned on the YouTube again. Next ban will be 2 weeks, and that is if they don't take me down altogether. So all my stuff is backed up on Odyssey. If this channel goes down, you can follow me on Odyssey and Rumble. All right, y'all take care. Love y'all. Stay focused and keep watch. I'm out.